While everyone is learning to write prompts, few people is already acquiring the skills for AI that will guarantee high-paying jobs in 2026 and 2027. I'll show you the five capabilities the market is desperately short of, and enterprises are looking for already. Welcome to TechWise, where we break down real AI tools and what they can actually do. Subscribe if you want practical AI you can actually use. Here is what nobody is telling you. Writing prompts was the skill of 2024. In 2026, the companies paying six-figure salaries are not looking for prompt engineers. They are hiring people who can make AI systems work without human babysitting. These are 5 capabilities that the market is starving for right now, and each one represents a real income opportunity you can unlock before 2027. Let's start with the skill that changed everything for me. And it has nothing to do with coding. Skill 1. Context engineering. Not prompting, not fine-tuning. Context engineering is the discipline of feeding AI exactly the right information at exactly the right moment. Here is the problem every company faces. You give an AI model a massive document, a huge PDF, a database with thousands of rows, and it chokes. It hallucinates. It answers with confidence and gets it completely wrong. Context engineering solves this with a system called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Instead of feeding the AI everything, you fragment the data into small chunks of 200 to 500 tokens, store them in a vector database, and retrieve only what's relevant when a question is asked. But here's where it gets interesting. The best systems don't just search semantically. They combine semantic search with BM25 keyword matching. The result is a hybrid score that balances concept understanding with exact keyword precision. That's how you get an enterprise AI that knows the difference between 2 product codes that sound identical. Companies are paying consultants between $5,000 and $20,000 per implementation to build these pipelines. The entry barrier is technical, but it's learnable in weeks, not years. Now let's take this one step further. Skill 2. Writing AI agent skills. This is where things get strange and lucrative. AI agent skills are not skills you develop. They are skills you write for the AI. Think of them as procedural memory packages, a Markdown file that tells an autonomous agent exactly how to handle a specific business task, step by step, without improvising. Here's a concrete example. Imagine a company receives hundreds of supplier invoices every week. An agent trained with a well-written skill file can open the PDF, extract the amount and VAT number, cross-check it against the purchase order database via an MCP server, and flag any discrepancy above 0.5%, all without human supervision. I'll drop the exact skill template I use to structure these files in the description below. Copy it and adapt it to your first client's workflow. This is the competency that unlocks the agentic automation market, and that market is worth billions. But this is only half the story, because even the most powerful agents fall apart without the right human architect behind them. Skill 3. Agentic Engineering. This is the evolution of software development. And no, this does not mean you need to become a traditional developer. But here's a brutal truth that most channels won't say. If you think you can build the next Airbnb just by asking ChatGPT without understanding any code logic, you are heading toward a catastrophic failure. AI has bugs, logic errors, runtime exceptions. The real skill is not writing code from scratch. It is orchestrating tools like Cursor, Windsurf, or Lovable, and understanding the logical architecture well enough to guide the agent when it breaks. The difference between someone who earns $500 per project and someone who earns $5,000 is not the quality of the prompt. It's the ability to import an open-source repository from GitHub, adapt it to a client's use case, and debug the integration points where AI-generated code fails. This is agentic engineering, and it is already replacing entire development teams in early-stage startups. And this is where it completely changed everything for the enterprise world. Skill 4. Multi-agent workflow orchestration. One agent is powerful. 3 agents working in sequence, with human approval at the critical checkpoint, is a product companies will pay recurring fees for every single month. The problem with most AI tutorials is they show you how to build a single chatbot that answers FAQs. That is a toy. What companies actually pay for is a system that reduces their invoice processing from 3 days to 3 minutes, and keeps working on Monday morning without anyone pressing a button. Tools like Apache Airflow let you coordinate multiple specialized agents, manage data quality pipelines, and insert human-in-the-loop approvals exactly where the stakes are too high to automate blindly. The consultants building these enterprise pipelines are charging 10,000 to 50,000 euros per deployment. And the market is wide open, because most developers are still thinking in single-agent terms. One last capability, and it might be the most underestimated one on this list. Skill 5. AI Governance, Risk and Compliance, GRC. The most boring-sounding acronym on this list, and the highest-paid specialization in enterprise AI right now. Here is why. When an AI agent accesses a company's sensitive database, 3 attack vectors become critical. Prompt injection, where a malicious input manipulates the agent into bypassing its own security rules. Data poisoning, where the training or retrieval data gets corrupted to alter the model's behavior. And bias and non-explainability, where the model produces outputs that violate legal requirements in healthcare, finance, or insurance. Boards of directors are terrified of these risks. The EU AI Act is already enforcing compliance obligations. And the consultants who can build audit frameworks, implement input-output validation filters, and certify AI pipelines for regulated industries. Those consultants are billing at rates that rival cybersecurity experts from 5 years ago. You do not need to be a lawyer or an engineer to enter this space. You need a framework, a checklist, and the ability to speak both languages, technical and legal, in the same room. These 5 skills, context engineering, agent skill writing, agentic engineering, multi-agent orchestration, and AI governance, are not predictions. They are already the job descriptions appearing on LinkedIn, the consulting briefs landing in inboxes, and the courses selling out right now. The window between knowing this and everyone else knowing this is exactly where the opportunity lives. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 5 skills are you planning to develop first? Drop your answer below and watch the next video to see exactly how to start.